Hello everyone, welcome to this class on spreadsheets for engineers, and in this class let's learn the second problem on scatter graph. Plot a scatter graph for the following data. That is, you have two tables over here. So all these two tables data we'll have to plot it in one scatter graph itself, and we'll have to perform these following tasks. So first what I'll do is I'll select this first table's data. So similar to what we did in the previous video itself. So let me click scatter and let me click this with only markers. So now let me try to move it. So while moving it, do it carefully. Okay, so now let's try to perform this following task. Give the chart title as heights versus weights. So as I told, this is a plot area, this is the chart area. So click on the chart area and then go to layouts, and then you give chart title as about chart. So go to formula bar and then give heights versus weights, enter. Then you have second one as show data labels at the top. So show data labels at the top, so click this. So show data labels at the top above. Okay, then add a trend line and display equation on the chart. So add a trend line, so right click on it, so add a trend line. So add a trend line, click linear display equation on that, so select that, so close it. So let me try to select that and move it over here. Okay, next one is format the plot area by giving different solid or solid or gradient color background. So click this plot area, right click, give plot area. So let me give gradient fill. So let me click okay. Next, format the chart area by giving different solid or colored background. So let me click over this. So format chart area. So let me give solid fill. You can also change the colors if you want. Show the legend at the bottom. So legend, click legend, show legend at the bottom. So yes, show legend is shown at the bottom. Now okay, so all these things were done in the previous one. The last 5 questions are the new one. So this for this new table. So now what I'll do, add the secondary x-axis and y-axis for the same, for the second set of data and the same scatter plot, and add trend line, display equation, data labels, change plot area, all that is there. Okay, so now what I'll do, so instead plot area can't be changed because it is same, so there is nothing to be changed over there. So now add the secondary x-axis and y-axis. So now what I'll do, I'll try to click this design. Under design, let me try to click the select data. So under select data, I'll click add. The series name, let me leave it blank. Series x values, I'll just click this new set of x values, and for series y values, I'll try to first backspace that, and then select this new set of y values. So now let me click OK, and here let me click OK. So now those values are also plotted in this new set of in this table itself. You can just see even those values are plotted in this in this table. So that is very important. So now what we'll do is we'll have to format that. So name the primary and secondary axis as x and heights 1, heights 2, weights 1 and weights 2. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll try to click this. So instead, before that, we'll have to add a second for primary and secondary axis. So because that's what is given, add a primary and secondary axis. So now what I'll do, I'll try to click this new set of points, that is series 2. I'll just try to click that. I'll try to right click, and then I'll try to click format data series, and I'll give secondary axis. So now I'll get a secondary y axis. So now what I'll do, I'll just go to this layout, and here I have something called axis. So already a secondary vertical axis is also added. Primary vertical and secondary vertical is already present. Primary horizontal, that is the primary x-axis, is also present. Now let me click secondary horizontal axis, show default axis. So when you click that, you will get the new value for you will get the secondary y-axis also. So now what I'll do, let me try to name everything axis titles. So primary horizontal axis title is heights. So it is heights 1, enter. Now primary vertical axis title. So primary vertical axis title, rotated title, give rotated title, give it weights 1. Now next you have something called secondary horizontal axis title above axis. So let me give that as heights 2, enter. Now again click this secondary vertical axis title, rotated title, give it weights 2, enter. Then we have done that. Now move the chart to a new sheet. Okay, so let me do that at the end. Format the x and y axis by changing maximum and minimum values. So we have to do that. So you can just see x and under x it's okay. On the new under x, under the new set of x values, there is a stable 2 values. The minimum is 1.1, maximum is 1.7. So let me try to click that and right click format axis. So let me give minimum as 1.1, maximum as 1.7. So now it looks much better. Next one, let me try to give, or else let me give maximum as somewhere 1.8, so that it doesn't go outer, the value doesn't reach till last. So 1.8, so let me give one in extra. Now minimum, so this x1 values are okay, heights 1 values are okay, heights 2 values are also okay, weights 1 and weights 2, let me try to format that. So weights 1, table 153 to 72, so let me give 50 and 75, something like that. So let me click on those values, right click format axis, give the minimum as fixed value 50 and the maximum as 75, something like that. So let me give it correctly 75, enter. Okay, now here it starts from 102 and ends at 130. So let me give somewhere 100, around 100 and 140 something. So click that. So format axis. So 100 and 140. So the chart looks much neater, much better now. So that is an advantage. So add major and okay, major minor grid lines are not so required, but still okay, let me add it. So click on this chart. So here you have grid lines. So primary horizontal, like you can just directly click major and minor grid lines. Again click grid lines. So secondary vertical lines. So again you can click clicking like that. So you can leave it at the end, you don't have to remove it. Okay, now we have added most of the grid lines. Now okay, this one we have to do, move the chart to a new sheet. So here you can just click on this chart. Okay, you can just click on this chart, so that is very very important. So here you have design, so under design tab you have something called move chart. So let me try to move the chart into a new sheet or an object. So new sheet, let me try to move it. So let me try to name it as chart 1. Now you can just see this chart is moved to a new sheet over here. Okay, so okay, that's it. I hope you have understood this problem. So thank you for watching.